Hey, welcome to the podcast, David.
Hello.
Yes, Dave O'Neill in Pang's chair.
It's exciting. Has Sooshi Mango come in?
They told a story.
I bleeped it.
You bleeped it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, they had their fair share of swearing on there as well. We got a bit deep with are we overthinking how much we share about our kids online. I really enjoyed that. I love a bit of a
Good,
meaty
Swanee.
chat.
Love that.
Meaty chat.
And ask Brownie again. We just nailed it. Just knocked it out of the park.
absolutely.
Look, honestly.
Absolutely.
100%.
And Dave, we went through your diary, which
diary.
was spectacular
Tragic.
as usual.
Stick this in your ears.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning to you, TGIF. It felt like a struggle this week, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad it's Friday.
You up and about, Swanee, today?
I am up and about, yep.
Okay, that's good. I was up and about on the way to work, listening to Nick Dacos' interview yesterday.
Yes, I heard that too.
Young Nick Dacos, what a star
Mate.
for the Collingwood Football Club. Looking forward to watching him during September. It was a beautiful interview, talking about nicknames. We've got to get him a nickname.
Yeah.
His childhood nickname, Whisper, and then Sam asked him a few player profile questions. Shawshank Redemption, his favourite movie, unbelievable. I think he may have been teed up to answer that one.
He wasn't.
He wasn't?
He wasn't.
He wasn't ripping piss out of us?
No.
I thought he was taking the piss,
No.
but obviously not. Well, anyway, the questions kept coming. Had good momentum, the interview,
You sure?
until Dino went for one.
Favourite Ja Rule song, Nick?
Ja Rule,
Yeah.
you've lost me there.
At least he actually articulated that you'd lost him. Normally people just freeze.
Everybody murder. Who hasn't heard of Ja Rule? I still love him, but who hasn't heard of Ja Rule?
Very young though. Like
He's young, yeah.
Ja Rule transcends
Although,
age.
Mind you, saying Shawshank Redemption may have put
Exactly.
Dino off the scent.
It's true,
But I'm going to
that's
go
true.
for an old question.
It's true.
Dino, don't you change.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Ready to make up for missed holidays with whatif.com?
Gotta love an Aussie winter getaway. But bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, holiday rentals, flights, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
I wrote it up and sent it in. My opinion in the paper. It's time for your say.
Oh, it's a bumper edition this morning. This is where, look, it's very rare that you can get just a free shot at getting published, you know. But the Herald Sun maintains Your View, it's called now.
Your view.
Your View, yes.
Change. Why?
It's changed. I think, and I have said this before, I think it's because they got a lot of letters saying, well, why is it called Your Say? We're not saying it. We're not articulating it.
Yeah.
We're writing it.
You reckon?
I do. I think
Okay.
that's why. I think that's why.
Good point.
Yeah, why would they change it, eh?
I think that's why.
Oh, here we go.
This one is really confusing, and it's from the centre of the universe. Apparently, this is Henry from Hawthorne East. Apparently, Governor General David Hurley made no mentions in his diary on swearing in Morrison to 5 extra ministries. He did, however, record giving a sash to a champion sheepdog.
Boom!
I mean, if anyone can explain what the hell is going on there, I'd be really grateful.
That is bizarre.
It is bizarre, and it shows such niche knowledge.
Well, it should be recorded, though.
Not even a big
Really,
story.
shouldn't it?
You
a sash
endorse
to
that?
a sheepdog.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's one hell of a thing, Swanee.
It's so bizarre. Dan. People still like to bash Dan. Remember in lockdown?
Yes,
God, it
I
was
know.
open season.
Jesus.
When Dan, this is Steve from Blackburn. When Dan said he was creating 4,000 new hospital beds, he didn't say they were inside.
What does that mean?
Yeah, everyone's getting ramped.
Ah.
Everyone's
okay,
outside in the hospitals
okay.
because they're over.
Gotcha.
Right, now I get
Steve,
you.
that
Lost me
was-
there, Stevie.
Stay down.
What
Too
commentary?
cryptic, Steve.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's too early.
God, I don't know where to go.
Yeah, well,
next.
those beds. 4,000 beds.
Yeah, 4,000. Doesn't mean they're inside, Jonathan.
Give him hell, Steve.
Jonathan.
T. Green from South Melbourne's mad about garden gnomes. Mad about garden gnomes
I played with a couple of garden gnomes.
Who?
Sean Hart was a garden gnome.
Is that Little People?
Yes, Craig McRae, garden gnome.
Current day garden gnome. Daniel Rich.
Daniel Rich, garden gnome. No, he's more of a T-Rex arms.
Okay, sorry, Swan.
The short
Matt
one.
Preston, garden gnome.
Too big for it to be
Too
a gnome?
big.
But he was a gnome on The Masked Singer.
Good point.
Caleb Daniel.
T Green is upset about the number of garden gnomes. This person has felt strongly enough about this to write into the newspaper.
Yeah.
I can't stress enough how bonkers.
I haven't seen one for ages.
There should be a law regarding the number of garden gnomes a person can have. More than 3 and you get a fine.
Shots fired.
What I'm going to say to you, T Green, is look up.
Goodness me.
Look up. Life is expansive and glittering.
And what fine, how much are we talking, does he think, I wonder?
$89 parking fines are at the moment.
Okay.
So, higher than that, Dino.
Sure.
And you got to think of too the authorities, Swannies. That's another team of garden gnome inspectors. So, like...
But what an arbitrary number, 3.
Yeah.
And also, is like a little angel sitting on a mushroom, is that a gnome?
Good point, Swan.
Is it any sort of... Can you have 7,000 angels on mushrooms but only 3 gnomes?
Great point. It's madness.
Madness. Dale Tomlinson from Bundoora. Name check.
Oh, yeah, just check that one. Not Daisy.
When is wearing a bicycle helmet going to be taken seriously?
Is that it?
That's it.
What? What's he talking about?
Oh, God. There's 2 more rippers. Now, Glenda Gallagher from Murrumbina, again, name check.
Yeah.
This is...
Confident.
I just love this so much. Just come along with me, okay? When giving me my change, put the coins in my palm first and the notes on top so I can pinch them with thumb and forefinger.
Oh, shit.
Doing it the other way may be more intuitive, but risks dropping the coins, makes it more difficult to process and makes me cross.
That woman is a virgin, guaranteed.
You don't want to make Glenda
No,
cross.
I'd rather go and have a beer with those Glen Waverley footballers than read these articles.
Wow.
Who wouldn't, by the sound of things?
She described clasping currency, Swan.
Say that again.
She wrote in and described her method of clasping currency.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
It makes her cross. And also, it doesn't make sense. You can't put the coins in first and then the cash because it sort of flies along.
No, because you got to. I know what she means. Because
Don't validate it.
No, then you got to scrunch your hands up. You got the coins, and then with your thumb and your index finger, then you can grab the note. Because when the shop attendant, not that this really happens much anymore, though, Swanee. When they put the notes down. And then the coins on top, then you got to scrunch them down, and then you got to get them out of your hand. You got to scrunch it all up.
It's
and get it out
chaos,
of your hand. It's chaos. You can't organise your wallet. So I agree with her, even though I'm not sure how this stuff gets printed.
He's pro Glenda. And let's finish off with Sandro Conti from Rosanna, who wants to weigh in on Roxy Jasenko, who was in the headlines this week because she threw a $40,000 party for her primary school-age daughter.
Oh, good on her.
I saw Roxy Jasenko on the morning show the other day. She apparently threw an expensive party for her daughter, which is great. But she clearly cannot afford a pair of new jeans for herself.
Sure, a couple of rips in them.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
It's time for the home viewer quiz.
Wow.
What can they win today, you mad dog?
Well, they can win a 3-piece cast iron cookware set, Dean.
That's good.
Very good.
Now, Swan is playing for who, voiceover guy?
Nathan from Ringwood. Nathan has a set of twins.
Can you tell them apart, Nathan?
Yes, I can. They're not identical.
Oh, okay.
And John?
Harrison from Whittlesea is an apprentice carpenter. Brownie, you'll be playing for Harrison.
Harry, what would you like me to call you?
Let's go.
No, answer the question, Harry. Shit, my fault.
Harry.
Question 1. Harry!
Go.
Let's
Jeez. Come on, Harry, lift.
Left! Swan's losing her mind. Question 1. Sanna Marin is the Prime Minister of...
Oh, that was so quick.
Sanna Marin, Finland.
Correct, dog.
And she's a lovely lady.
How many minutes are there in 5 hours?
5, 6 or 300.
Let's do a buzzer check for Swan.
200 milliseconds late.
Wait. Which Collingwood young gun?
Nick Dacos.
3-0.
Come on. Your son again. Your son gun.
What animal is a kit?
Kit.
Yeah, you just buzzed in willy-nilly there, you psycho.
Swanee, you can have it.
Free hit.
I think it's a squirrel.
It's not, it's a fox.
Fox. Oh.
Bingo, bandit, chili, muffin.
Chrissie Swan.
Bluey.
Swan's in the game. Nathan.
Yay!
Yay.
Go, Chrissie.
Alan Joyce.
Qantas.
Correct.
Well done.
Or $50. What a lame. I mean, who advised them that a $50 voucher was going to sweeten everything?
Yes.
May as well have done nothing.
What's the capital of Switzerland?
Luxembourg.
Needed burn.
Oh, no, it's not. Jeez,
Needed
Luxembourg's a country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Elton just did a new song with...
Britney Spears.
Sweet God, this is for the win.
How you feeling, Harry?
Just win, would ya?
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, mate.
Who is the current Prime Minister of Australia? For the win.
It ain't easy with Albanese.
Good and strong win.
Your son gun, Harry.
Sun gun.
What's Harry won?
Harry's won a 3-piece cast iron cookware set, Dean.
Well done, Harry.
Harry,
Thanks, mate.
I want your life story in 3 seconds.
Do you? I don't.
I do.
Well, don't really have one.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. There's a video flying around that you must have seen.
Oh, you must have seen, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, it's of teammates.
Looks like I've been sleeping under a rock because I'm all ears. I don't know anything about this.
Well, the Glen Waverley Football Club got bounced out of the finals. They didn't make the final, Swanee, to be honest, in the Eastern Football League a couple of weeks ago. And as you do, you get on a silly Sunday or a mad Monday or a wacky Wednesday, all those sorts of things. And all types of shenanigans happen.
Horseplay!
A few hours into the drinking session at a local establishment, the captain lost a bet and he had to get down on his knees and he partook in some simulated fellatio, Christine Swan.
Only simulated.
Well, I'm going to ask one of the guys to show you the video because you'd wonder why people are going nuts about this, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because a simulation means...
I'm not wondering why people are going nuts about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know why people are going nuts about it.
Because there are nuts involved.
Yeah.
Now...
Oh, okay. No, that looks like it's actually happening.
Yeah, well, there's a little thing over the front of it. But you know what? It's blown up so big, Swanee. You know, it was the headline. It was the lead story on TMZ this morning. The old Glen Waverley Hawks. They're making an impact worldwide, Swanee.
Something about me feels anxious that we're talking about this.
I know, I'm going to keep it tidy as I possibly can. The footage soon went viral, and this week the reps from the Glen Waverley Football Club were outraged. Shockingly, I love this line, shockingly, the man who lost the wager completed the task in the middle of a packed bar, all while patrons stunningly looked on. Great use of word.
Stunning.
Shockingly and stunningly, all in the same sentence.
Your favourite adjective is astonishingly.
I can't believe astonishingly wasn't added in there. The club is taking immediate action to address the serious breach of our culture and values that has occurred within this incident,
But
Christine.
that bit confuses me. Why is it wrong? You know what I mean? Why is it
wrong to go do that in a packed
bar
in public? Gotcha.
It's in a packed bar. Dino.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, is nothing wrong with it.
Gotcha.
Not
I
great.
thought people were blowing up about that. I'm like, hey, it's two mates having fun.
Happens all the time. Hey,
You know?
Is that all it is?
If you can't pop something in your mate's mouth.
You're El Capitan leading the way. He's in charge of team culture. I love this quote, Swanee. The individuals involved, along with the broader playing group, will be both disciplined and educated if need be. They're not sure whether they need to be educated, if need be. Counselled in this type of conduct expected by the members of our club.
Were they drunk?
Oh, I would have thought so, Swanee. They've had a few.
And everything else. Probably, allegedly, legals.
They've had a good time, Swanee.
It's it's an interesting case, isn't it? Because things do get loose with your friends.
The
like
things
that.
Jonathan has seen.
Well, I haven't seen anything like that. Astonishingly,
I reckon
Swanee.
you have.
13 24 10. Give us a call. I want to know, Christine.
Women wouldn't do that.
How silly did Silly Sunday get? Now, it was the netball trip a little bit wild, Swanee.
Yeah.
Or the Mad Monday for the boys, a little bit wild. How silly did Silly Sunday get? Give us a call, 13 24 10.
We want specifics. We just want to hear, oh, yeah, we had a big session. Blah, blah, blah. We want to hear
I've led a
specifics.
very sheltered life. The most wild I've gotten was my best friend having a wee in the Macca's drive-through.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
When did Silly Sunday get a little bit too silly? Michael, how are you, brother?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, thank you. We're playing rugby up in North Coast of New South Wales, like in the country there. And we'd lost the grand final 3-0. It was Players' Day. Basically, some bloke had bought like one of them 50cc quad bikes on the Sunday. Everyone was pissing about and that. And I got a bit hungry the next morning, decided to burn it up to Macca's. When I got back, I got taken off the bike, chained to the front post at the rugby club, out the front with a shackle. And the boys went and got a whole heap of Macca's. Oh, they left me starkers too, and left the whole heap of Macca's just out of reach in the front of me.
That's some cruel
Good
shit,
stuff,
Michael.
mate.
I would have
Yeah, I got a couple of pickles and stuff thrown at me, but...
Oh, mate.
I hope it was a warm day, Mickey boy.
Mate, it was winter in like Ballina. It's still pretty warm compared to summer in Melbourne, So
Yeah, mate.
Lucky for you, big fella.
I'd have PTSD from that.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Swan.
This is why I don't like sport.
Daniel's Donuts for you, Michael. Well done.
Oh, loving a non.
The pickles were a rough bit of that story.
Yes, pickles.
No, the roughest bit was a lot of hot, delicious food just out of reach.
Bastards.
At least the pickles were sliced up, though.
Yes.
Could have ended badly if it was still in full. Anon
okay.
from Fitzroy. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. First thing, WTB, baby.
Yes.
Oh, do not say that.
WTB. We love that. What happened on Silly Sunday, man?
So we got a nice beer garden at Country Pub. As the beer started flowing, boys realised the toilet was a bit far, so they started relieving themselves into the pot plants. And then there was about 2 or 3 blokes that realised the bar was too far, so they were reaching through the legs of the other blokes to top up their beer with the flow of the other people.
What, they were drinking wee?
Yeah, not even their own. Yeah.
Men are disgusting.
No,
that is disgusting.
No chance catching COVID with that medicine going in.
Bear
Swanee.
Grylls will tell you there's nothing wrong with that. Yes. Also, all of our callers, I feel like they all could have been at 99 Woodstock, if you know what I mean.
Keep it moving, Dino.
Benjamin!
Morning, guys. How you going?
All right.
Let's get to it, Benny. What do you got?
Yeah, right. So it was pretty wild, but I have seen a bloke take a shot out of another man's foreskin.
Oh, good morning, Melbourne.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
We shivered through this week.
Yeah, what the hell?
For some reason, the sun is coming out right now on air with Dave O'Neill filling in for Sam Pang. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. May not be around much longer because Ricardo left McLaren.
Yeah.
I've been fielding offers from McLaren.
Have you, mate?
Oh, hang on, no, McDonald's. Sorry. Assistant manager,
I was going to
Tarnik.
say they're going to have to rebuild the cockpit.
Yes. You've got to be very fit to be one of those drivers.
Absolutely. They're like
You
jockeys.
do.
Yeah.
They're tiny little buggers.
Real quick, Dave O'Neill, we've got to foster his newfound love of football, right? He's a Geelong fan.
He
They've
sure
made
is.
the finals.
His daughter got him into it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, he called me up during the week saying, I need finals tickets, man. I'm like, hey, we got
you
you,
gotta
brother.
sort 'em.
So I called JB. And I go, JB, we need to get Dave tickets. And he's like, my tickets are gone. So now we're a little bit up shit creek. But
Hang on.
Doesn't matter.
Campbell Brown, he should be able to get some tickets as well, right?
Absolutely.
Surely, right?
Well, we've just got to ask him. The only problem is it's Geelong Collingwood. Oh. And it's just gone crazy.
Hang on, I've got an invitation.
What?
An official
What?
invitation.
Swan, don't.
But the thing is,
Not
it's
transferable.
It's
For you.
Chrissie, Swan, and guests. So you and I could go. But
Hey, a bit of Mrs. Doubtfire.
I would rather be.
I'll dress
Absolutely.
up as Chrissie. Feel like, whoa, she's not looking great.
Guests arrive at 2:30. Game starts at 4:35.
What?
Oh, really?
I've got the invitation here, but I would rather spend a night at the pub with Glenn Waverley.
Mighty Hawks.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Dave's diary.
It's been pretty hectic out there.
It's
It's been pretty hectic in my world, Brownie.
Well, you're getting busy now because the weather's starting to warm up. Footy finals, a lot of activity around the city.
Absolutely. And if you're hearing this for the first time, we go through Dave O'Neill's unbelievable schedule. This is a man that doesn't say no.
It's true. It's true. I rarely say no. I have in the past, like Melton TAFE lunchtime.
Said no?
Well, I've done it before, to be honest.
Glen Waverley Football Club?
Oh,
yeah. So that Silly Sunday next year, you're booked in.
Yep. Senior clubs are a bit tricky.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Junior clubs are better because they're parents.
Yeah, sure.
They're
Do you prefer
better behaved.
the senior football clubs to be earlier in the day or later in the day?
No, earlier.
Yeah, you don't want to be there at 1 a.m. with with an easy fly.
Oh, even 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. is not good. The young guys. But anyway, I did. What did I do on the weekend? I did Brighton Yacht Club.
Oh, I love Brighton Yacht Club.
Yeah, it's awesome. Brooksy from the Music Man runs it, and it's crazy.
What a man.
Is it drunk white women drinking expensive white wine?
It's, as Kitty Flanagan said, it's good to be the youngest person in the room for once.
Oh, really? It's an older crowd.
Oh, it's an older crowd at the Brighton Bay Yacht Club. Yeah, it's fantastic. And what I always do when I go there, I always go, all right, let's cut to the chase. Who's the richest person here? I go, who's
Do they always know?
Yeah, they all point to some guy, and I go, well, so where do you live? He's like, I'm in Brighton Beach. And I said, yeah, well, what side of... So that's obviously the right side of the Penn Highway. And I said, all right, what street? And he's like, oh, something court. And I go, oh, yeah, what number? Then I go, because my brother does burglaries. And there was a guy down the front. And I said, where do you live? He goes, I live on the highway. I'm like, jeez. I'm like, mate, you live on Punt Road? And I go, what do you do for a job? He goes, I'm a lawyer. I said,
probably on Nepean Highway.
Yeah, he lives on Nepean Highway. Yeah.
That's all right.
Really?
Yeah, it's right on the beach.
Yeah, he said, I'm a lawyer. I said, well, you're not a very good lawyer.
Nepean Highway's on the beach.
Parts
of it are when you go down to Aspendale.
I didn't know that.
But not in Brighton. Not in Brighton. It's not on the beach. You're near Southland.
Do you get any people from East Brighton, actually from Hampton, and they try and dial it up?
Yep. Yeah, you do. And also people
there's always those ones, aren't they? In any suburb. Yeah,
they talk it up.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us more about the environment.
My friend was saying last week, he goes, to really shit people from East Malvern, every time they say, I'm in East Malvern, he goes, Chadstone.
Chadston.
And it just makes them wince, you know.
Really? No, they don't like it.
Such a local sledge.
Or if you're from Hampton and people from Brighton say, oh, Hampton. That's how they say Hampton. Oh, Hampton. Anyway.
But if you live in Bentley and someone's from Hampton, then that's fancy. It's
posh.
So funny the way that the world works, isn't it?
It is funny. But then Wednesday night I was in Balan. Do you know where Balan is?
No.
Between Bacchus Marsh and Ballarat. Yeah. And it's one of those towns on the highway that you would miss because you don't go through it.
You blink and miss it.
Oh, man, that was...
I love it out there.
That was salt of the earth.
What were you doing out there?
Just doing a pub on a Wednesday night.
Really?
Is it Balan or Ballon?
Yeah, that's a good question.
13, 24, 10, if you can clarify.
Gardner, do you know?
Gardner's
I don't think
have
even
been
Gardner
told
knows.
it's Balan.
Balan.
Yeah,
Balan.
because I've said Ballon before and then got a few calls.
Bambalan.
Bambalan.
Thank you.
Bambalan.
A little bit rough. And
do you just turn up to the pub there, or is it like people got to buy tickets? Or
people
just
had to
in the
buy
front
tickets. But it was $40, which included finger food. I'm like, that's a bit expensive for Balan, I believe.
And for you.
And for me. To see me on Wednesday night.
And finger food?
Finger food.
That's pretty good.
Oh, you reckon?
I'd love to go and see.
Not for Balan.
Did you do Wuhan the Bat?
No, the bat wasn't there.
The bat's there.
The bat's...
$40 for the bat and some finger food. I'd absolutely do that.
I agree.
Everyone seemed to know everyone. It was one of those places. And then people brought their mums. There was like guys, 25-year-old, with their mums. There were several people with their mums, which is nice.
Yeah.
But there was two guys sitting down the front. It was Gil and Victor, older men. Mm-hmm. And I just say straight away, so relationships didn't work out for you guys. So what's going on down the front here? And this guy said, he goes, they were from Mount Featherton or somewhere. They weren't even from Balan. He goes, we're from up in the mountains.
Yeah.
I go, do you live together? He goes, oh, no, we're neighbours. And then he said, I don't need women, I've got 2 goats. That's got, and he showed me a photo. He's got Fluffy and DJ. And they're beautiful goats.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he goes, ask Victor about his pets. And I go, well, what pets have you got? And he goes, I've got a cat called Lucy. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And he goes, ask him how long he's had. And I go, how long have you had? He goes, 2 days.
Oh, that's nice.
I know, he's adopted.
I love a man with a cat.
Yeah, a man with a cat.
Fact check, 100% of the callers are saying Balan.
Yeah.
That's Balan.
Ben, Josh,
That's Balan.
Travis, Sam, Virginia, all of you saying Balan.
I'd say some of them may have been there, but there was only about 30 people, so I don't think.
That's all right.
Anyway, looking forward.
That's all right.
That's fine.
Looking forward, I'm doing the Shepparton's Big Blokes Lunch today.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good lunch.
Yeah, you've been to
Big
that.
Blokes lunch, yeah. I did one in Bairnsdale. Huge crowd. There'll be about 500 people.
Oh, there's a lot of people.
It's a fundraiser, is it?
The prostate cancer.
Prostate.
Fantastic.
They're massive days, Swanee.
Yeah.
Dave will kill it. They'll love Dave there too.
I'll do one of my only Shepparton joke, because Shepparton's the only place where I've seen a gym above a KFC.
Yeah.
So imagine me on the exercise bike, just...
It would smell like delicious chicken
it
up
would. You'd be on that
there.
exercise bike going, I can smell a zinger burger.
Yes.
Keep riding.
Any KD Lang jokes?
I'll be doing some of them, don't worry.
They love that sort of gear.
They
The
love, in Shep.
Yeah.
My wife was born in Shep.
she?
So,
Shep is the name that I was going to call a fourth baby if I had one.
Shep. It's a good name.
Like that.
And then on the weekend, I'm flying to Queensland for Shane Jacobson's festival. He's doing That's Not My Dog festival. You know that movie where people told jokes?
Yes.
Some guy's putting on a live version of it in Sunshine Coast, and I'm going up there with Peter Hallier and Limo.
Really?
Beth
That's a big gig. That's a big gig. A big list.
Oh man,
Right,
Killing
gosh.
Heidi are playing.
It'd be amazing. I had that in my diary, actually,
Yeah.
to see if I could go up, but I can't. Shane Jacobson is currently starring in Hairspray.
I don't know how that's going to work.
How's he going to do it?
I don't know.
He's the busiest man.
He is, but so we don't have to do stand-up. We just tell old jokes on stage
Yeah,
together. Do you want me to
fantastic.
try out one of my old
Yes,
jokes?
please.
Dave.
Okay. I don't know if you've heard this one, but a guy's working in a brewery and he falls in a beer vat and drowns. And so the foreman has to ring up the wife and inform her of the husband's decline. She's like, oh my God, did he suffer? And the foreman's like, no, he got out 3 times for a wee. Hello, Queensland!
Yes. Hey, you mentioned before that Wuhan the bat may be dead. So can we shoot Wuhan in the face right now? What? I'm just saying, let's just kill the bat.
He'll be back next winter.
Yeah, people say he's racist. I'm not racist.
Come here, you little stupid.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Okay, Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch. What? Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What have you got for us
Oh, yeah,
today,
man.
you
Oh, yeah.
wunderkind?
John, a worrying trend in America that you mentioned this morning.
Marijuana use by young Americans reached record levels last year, and the use of hallucinogens is also on the rise.
Drugs, gang.
I'm going to get on him.
No.
And mine.
I'm
Say no to
joking.
drugs.
I'm
Do
joking.
you guys remember, as kids, any government-funded mascots telling you not to do drugs?
No, we had Operation Noah, which was dobbing a drug dealer.
Right.
In
Was there
Melbourne.
a
Giraffe?
Was there a giraffe?
There
Yeah,
was a giraffe.
Jeffrey Giraffe.
And was Jeffrey like, hey, kids, get out of the gutter, sort of thing?
I think he was more about
Health.
diet and exercise.
Yeah, we
Okay,
had
right.
Hector the safety cat.
Yeah.
You know,
He was about crossing
He
the
was
road.
about crossing the road.
Jackie?
When the roads...
What's his name?
Healthy Harold was the giraffe.
Healthy Harold.
Healthy Harold,
I called him Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
We
Christ.
had in Perth Constable Care, who kind of looked like Tom Selleck. And, you know, he'd
Wow,
just tell you.
I'd listen to anything he had
Constable
to say.
Care.
Yeah.
What a bonehead.
He's caring for you.
He looked like
What a bonehead.
Anyway, in America, it might just be time to bring back the services of McGruff the crime dog. Now, here you go. Pass these around.
I go
Have a look at McGruff.
He looks like Woodrow from...
It's a
from Simon Townsend's Wonderworld.
He's a big... What's that, a bloodhound or
It's
a
a
beagle or something?
giant-ass dog with huge ears, and the photo
It's a
you have
bloodhound.
is him and Ronald Reagan back in the 70s, 80s? I don't know.
80s.
80s.
And basically, McGruff, if you describe what he's wearing, it's like a
wearing a
detective's...
trench coat.
Yeah, like a...
Like Columbo's trench coat.
Inspector Gadget looking.
So everyone listening, think of in your head a big dog with huge ears wearing a trench coat, and he sounds like this. Hey kids, I'm McGruff. Don't do drugs. But now I want to bring to you guys the sort of stuff he was putting out to deter children. This is McGruff the crime dog's thoughts
Fantastic.
on marijuana.
Marijuana, don't try it at all.
Oh.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's like beating your head on a wall.
Is it?
Is this a dog singing?
Say no way. Marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, 'cause it's doing you no good at all.
Chorus.
And you know
Gorgeous, huh?
Is
You
McGrath
like
playing
it?
McGrath playing the piano?
In my head, he's on the electric keys, man.
A double level cork.
Absolutely.
Written, spoken, and authorised by Nancy Reagan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
She's one of the backup singers.
now McGruff's released a whole bunch of songs, and I, for one, love them. I absolutely love them. And if you guys want to hear more in the future, I've got another one for you here. It's
Yes,
even
I
better than
do.
the marijuana one. But he does one on alcohol. He does one on getting kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
McGruff, he just cares.
How does the kidnapped one go?
Well, I've got the one if you're interested on crack and cocaine.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, funky.
Jaunty.
Yeah.
is that a keytar? You know, the ones that you hold.
Using crack and cocaine to get high. That's what you say you love.
That's what you say you
But
love.
it's really insane. You could die. What are you thinking of?
He sounds like he's on something.
Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain.
I know this song.
Making a mess
Heard it.
Of your mind. Interestingly.
What about the bridge from crack and cocaine?
Mate.
Crack and cocaine.
Also, the way he stays in character, he's struggling to stay in that dog character. Yeah, that kind of that
He
voice.
released a cassette with 10 songs on it, and they just get better.
Straight to
They are
number one.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Interesting, yeah.
They're very well written, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if you look at the credits, they're written by Neil Diamond.
Yeah, or the guy from
someone.
Journey.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
keyboardist from Journey.
Interestingly, McGruff.
Any money.
McGruff started having less impact on kids, and interestingly, the guy who played him got done for DIY.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Britney,
Closer.
she's in the studio. We're so lucky to have.
Wow.
So lucky to have Britney Spears here with us.
Hold me closer.
All right, Britney. Thank you. Thanks, babe.
What's better, that or Dino's Donald Trump?
Oh,
I know the answer.
One day, what?
His is a lot better.
Take it back. It's Chrissie, Sam and
So
Brownie.
harsh.
Oh, no.
Give us your Donald Trump. You do good.
Wrong.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's not. It's Burns from Simpsons.
I'll
It's
kill
not.
you. I'll choke you.
Oh, g'day there. It's Steve Brax here, the former Premier.
Whoa. Whoa.
The only imitation I can do.
Talk about a topical reference.
Where did Steve come from?
Oh, God, I just love the Britney Spears imitation, and
That could
I want
also...
to say Ballarat and Bendigo are great places.
What have you been doing, Steve?
Oh, just a lot of stuff behind the scenes, working with Dan on the next election.
Okay, mate. That's good to see you. Good to see you.
It also doubles as Dan Andrews in many,
It is a
many
bit Dan
ways.
Andrews. Anthony Albanese's right here.
Remember when Braxy was pissed at that golf tournament and he had to present the winner's trophy?
Love Braxy.
All right, Sonny.
I remember you used to do a fantastic impersonation because we worked together,
Years ago.
15 years ago. He did a great impersonation of the then Lord Mayor John So, which would get him cancelled now.
Oh, no.
I assure you, he would call up and do.
Yeah. And his catchphrase was, he was not sacked. He was he resigned.
Yeah.
I not sack. I resign.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough.
I want to talk about something that's in the
Hey, he
news.
can't get cancelled this man.
Dad.
I want to talk about something in the news. The Wren effect. Have you heard about it? The Wren, W-R-E-N. Okay,
The Sean
great.
Wren effect.
No.
Great Adelaide.
Who's Sean Wren?
The former Adelaide
Don't engage
ruckman.
him. Don't engage
No,
him.
so Wren is a 3-year-old. Her name's Wren Eleanor. She's a 3-year-old. Her mother runs her TikTok and Instagram accounts. Or maybe it's just TikTok. She's got millions of followers.
And 3.
She's 3 years old and she's as cute as a button. All right. And
Possibly had no say in it.
17, you reckon? 17 million followers, right? She's a media child star. And she's been posting, the mother has been posting photos of this kid, which many parents, I'm going to say most parents do, since she was born, really, and she's become a sensation. But in recent weeks, it has been noted that a video of Wren in a crop top has been saved 45,000 times.
Yeah.
And Wren eating a corn dog at a country fair has been saved 375,000 times. Yuck. So it's kind of encouraging and inspiring parents to remove photographs of their children from the internet. which is something that I feel really strongly about. You may or may not know, about 9 years ago, I made the commitment that I would never share my children in articles, press, Instagram, any socials at all. And it's a decision that has made my life so much easier.
Right.
And it's like zero tolerance. There's absolutely no... There's no diversion from that. 13, 24, 10. I just wonder, though, I'm interested to know, are we overthinking this? Is this just part of life? We all live in the internet, in the social media world. What's to say that people saving this photograph wasn't just... we all kind of err on the side of, oh, that's sinister. It's being, saved by a creepy guy, alone in a dungeon or whatever. Maybe it's not. Maybe we're overthinking things. I just think social media is such a massive thing, particularly for our kids, because it wasn't around when we were kids.
That's right.
We know how to get them to learn how to ride a bike. We know how to teach them how to make spaghetti bolognese. Brownie, you know how to teach your kids to grow basil. You don't know from your own lived experience how to navigate social media.
No, it's hard. Absolutely. We didn't have phones growing up, Swanee.
Exactly. So I just want a little discussion, really. And I want to hear from you, Dave, about what your stance on sharing your kids. You've got three kids.
We don't have them in the media. They don't want to be in the media. So, Kieran's just said, no way. So they've never really been in the media.
Right.
They've really been in the media. When they get, older, they can if they want to. But, we don't trot them out.
Right.
Because you know what happens? Like Apple, Gwyneth's and Chris Martin's kid, turned 18 and said to her mum, stop putting me on the internet and erase a lot of the photos. She goes, I don't want a digital footprint.
Yeah.
So the kids become an adult and go, what the hell?
Wow.
You used to just trot me out at these events and,
She wants to be a thief down the track.
Yeah,
She
Apple's...
wants to get rid of all.
See, I won't even take my kids to events unless I've organised in advance that there will be no photographs.
TikTok hasn't a great track record with this stuff either, though.
Agreed. 13, 24, 10. What's your stance on sharing your kids on social media? Is it something that you worry about? Are we overthinking how much we share? Are we panic merchants? Should we just relax? 13, 24, 10. Open discussion.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Parents, and I think probably, more specifically mothers, are suddenly deleting all the photos of their kids on social media under a little thing that's happened in the zeitgeist in the last couple of weeks called the Ren effect. Now, Ren is a TikTok sensation, millions of followers, cute as a button, but people had started to notice that certain photographs had been saved, and it just made them stop in their tracks and think, oh, maybe this whole proud parent culture that was born at the same time as social media, maybe there's a sinister side to it. And I don't
post too much.
I don't want to get into it.
Too much.
Hey, in Book Week, boy...
Book Week, it goes off the charts,
huge spike this week.
Yeah, this is true.
A lot of Harry Potters out there.
Yeah.
Just asking you, it's a hard one to navigate for yourself, let alone, when you're
you got a cute photo of your kids and you want to see your friends to see it.
Well, it's like the old days when people would come around to your house and your mum would pull out the photo album and show them off. So it's just the modern day version of that.
But that was just to the people in the room. Nowadays, it's the guy anywhere looking, whatever.
But they're saying it still is. It comes from a motivation, or it comes from a place of
pride. Absolutely, it's a global brag book. We're asking you, what do you think about social media and posting your kids, and are we overthinking it? Erin from Sky, you don't post pics of your kids at all. Why is that?
Good morning, all. How are we?
Hi, Erin.
No, I don't post photos, nor is my husband allowed to. For a couple of reasons. One, when they get to 16, 17 and start having autonomy over their own image, they're not going to have any say about those images that are already up there. You can't take them down. You can't delete them. They belong to the platforms you put them on. And I don't think it's a pride thing. If I'm proud of my kids, I'll share it with the people I love and who love them. But if I want to be famous, then I'll try and put images of my kids, because that 3-year-old has no idea about her TikTok account or the 17 million followers. That's for her mum, not for her.
Yeah. You got to check in with her when she's 15 and see what she thinks about that.
Right on.
Yeah,
Erin, I know what you mean, and I think, for me, I thought there's going to be an argument at some stage, because I've always encouraged my children to question me and my decisions, and I welcome that. But I thought, do I want to have a discussion with them down the line and have to apologise for what I consider is invading their privacy? Do I want to apologise for that, or do I want to apologise for keeping them secret and keeping them away from a whole lot of fun events? And I chose the latter.
Well, you got embarrassing photos of your kids. Keep them for the 21st.
Yes,
For the
Dave.
speech.
Yes.
And they just show it in the room to all their friends.
Precisely.
Oh, here's, young Jimmy in the bath. Everyone can have a laugh.
Exactly.
We're joined by a great woman, Ash Pollard, radio and TV sensation and mother of two beautiful girls born very close together. First of all, how are you?
Good morning, Chrissie. Morning, Brownie.
Hello, Ash. How are you, mate?
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, great. I'm great, thank you. I'm on the way to the dentist, and I thought, look, I'd weigh in on this one because I do put my children on social media, and whilst I completely appreciate why you don't, Chrissie, I get that, and I'm also in two minds as to should I or shouldn't I. But
it is a big decision, isn't it? It takes up way too much mental real estate for mothers, I think.
And so why did you decide to do it?
Well, I guess it was somewhat of an accident, but not. I'm not posting pics of my kids eating Dagwood dogs, let me tell you. I'm posting I'm posting videos of my nearly 2-year-old cooking, just sort of innocent videos of her having fun with me in the kitchen, and that's about the extent of it. And I feel like the camaraderie between the two of us and then me posting that on social media does actually bring a lot of positivity to the social media community. But not only that, I do think about, God, is that going to affect Clementine in the long run? The videos aren't embarrassing, and I don't think she'll look back on them and go, oh, God, that is like, Mum, what the hell?
You know what, Ash? My kids are much older than yours, and I remember, having been a mother just for a few years, and you're learning so much, and you can change your mind down the track. Whatever you decide now is right, because you made the decision, and you're their guardian and their mother. But you can change your mind, and sometimes your gut tells you. Like, I was the same. I posted my kids freely when they were babies, and then all of a sudden my spidey senses started to feel not right. And if that happens to you and anybody listening, you can change your mind.
Absolutely. And in saying that, I completely agree, but I also don't think it's wrong. It could be that people are misinterpreting social media sometimes, definitely, and it is a dangerous place. Don't get me wrong, and you do have to be extremely careful and very thought out in what you post. And your kids' images can be used, exactly what you were saying before. It's free now. Anybody can take those images and use them.
Yeah.
Tell a kid to shut up. Will you?
Oh, that kid. My God. Jeez.
Can we say to everyone who puts photos of their kids on the internet, no one wants to see them apart from the grandparents. Let's be honest. No one cares. As cute as they are.
Well, just part of the reason, I know when I post that video of me and Liv singing, we didn't start the fire, that's just come from a proud parent.
Of course.
That's a proud parent. So, you've got different motivations and all. The other thing is, Ash made a good point. You've got to be vigilant with these things. You can post, whatever, obviously be careful of what you post, but the most important thing is to be vigilant what sites they're on. Obviously, follow up, keep an eye on some of the interactions going on or limit their interactions. I think the oversight for that, for younger kids, is the most important thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I really do feel strongly that you shouldn't share your children online.
No,
that's just where I'm at.
That's your opinion.
That's just where I'm at. And I saw an interesting comment from a woman who said the reason she doesn't share her children online, and she doesn't have a public profile, she said that it creates a false sense of intimacy and knowledge with people that the kids don't really know within the family. Yeah. So aunties and uncles and cousins and stuff, they can see little Johnny turning 2, learning how to walk, riding his first bike with absolutely no input into little Johnny's life at all. And little Johnny doesn't know who these people are. But these very distant relatives know everything about little Johnny. She's like, that is enough to go, you know what, if you want to be in this child's life, drop over.
Yeah, come and visit.
Come over.
Get a ticket.
What would Anthony Albanese say, Dana? You know, he would say, you guys. Why is he speaking like that?
He would say, go.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
We've endured a chilly and rainy week. The weekend's going to be beautiful. And to get us into that good weekend feeling, we've got Dave O'Neill.
Crazy Uncle Dave is here, and the Carlton loss was a while ago, Swanee.
People are still hurting, though.
People are still hurting, and you're best friends with the Carlton supporter.
I spoke to him during that week, and he's like, mate, I was devastated. And then he goes, I was just wandering around outside. I got lost. I didn't know where. And I rang up my wife. And I said,
after the game at the G?
After the game at the G. And then he's like, I rang up Holly. I'm like, come and pick me up. And she's like, well, where are you? He goes, I don't know. I don't know where I am.
Oh, no. He was absolutely
He
correct.
goes, I can't get the train home. I can't be near people.
Apparently, Vince Colosimo, another huge Carlton fan, just had his head in his hands, just bereft.
Imagine being Hughesy and trying to get on the train after that specific.
Yeah, all the Collingwood supporters giving him stick.
The train home's hard work.
That's why he was asking his wife to pick him up.
absolutely.
And she goes, come to Punt Road, I'm there. He's like, I can't come to Punt Road, there's too many people.
The Collingwood supporters would have been terrorising Hughes.
What's
better, your impersonation of Dave Hughes or Steve Bracks?
Good question.
G'day guys, Steve Bracks here.
Could Steve Bracks say hello to Hughesy, I wonder?
Hello, Hughesy. Braxy, you know what? I'm not a fan of Dan. You just got to give Dan a go there.
I've got to say, both of those impersonations pale in comparison to John So, former Lord Mayor, but you'll never hear it.
We can't do it anymore.
Times have changed.
We can ask Sooshi Mango whether it's appropriate.
The Sooshi Mango guys are here. We love them, and ask Brownie later as well.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Melbourne, good morning. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. The Sooshi Mango guys are coming up. We love them. If you haven't followed them on Insta, do it. Dave O'Neill's here.
You know, I'm a big listener to this radio station, and I heard an ad the other day for Hotondo Homes.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a Jay Giles song.
Yeah, Centerfold.
So, yeah, have a listen. So they've used... This is definitely Jay Giles.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's my Hotondo home. It's my Hotondo home.
The original song, you've got a bit of the original song, is a little bit creepy. Because it's about his teenage sweetheart ending up in a Playboy magazine.
Yeah.
It has that, years go by, I'm looking through a girly magazine.
There's my Homer angel in the pages in between.
Cool.
There are a lot of
Giles
creepy...
or Giles?
I don't know.
Giles, I
Jay
reckon.
Giles band.
Jay Giles. There are a lot of creepy songs from the 80s.
Oh, man.
A lot.
Anyway, I've got an exclusive.
What?
Hotondo Homes.
Yeah.
There's obviously someone in there who's a massive Jay Giles fan.
Yeah.
Because they had one other big hit, and what was it, Chrissie? The other Jay Giles?
Freeze Frame.
Freeze Frame!
Freeze Frame. Freeze Frame. Freeze Frame. Freeze Frame. Freeze Frame. Now freeze. Great song.
I reckon Centerfold was first. It was early 80s. It was
Follow with Freeze Frame.
Freeze Frame is a great song, but it's just no Centerfold.
Yes. Well, they've taken Freeze Frame, and that's a new Hotondo ad.
What?
Would you like to hear it?
Yes, I would.
Wow.
Now I'm looking for a house in Brayside Tarnies, or maybe Craigieburn. Buy off the plan, outdoor eating area and a garden with a fern. I really need a house for the wife and my new bub. 5 bedrooms, 3 toilets, and possibly a hot tub. Look, I really like the polished concrete floors and the cutting edge features, but what sort of framing would you suggest? Would you recommend a steel frame, Hotondo, wooden frame, Hotondo, brick frame, Hotondo, picture frame, window?
Steel frame.
Oh, my God.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Now, from Instagram, you know them. You love them. The Sooshi Mango boys. And look, one of them's doing the Rocky shadow boxing to warm up for the...
In fact, both of them are.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Good morning.
Welcome,
Good
guys.
morning.
The one morning that Carlo's not here, he's a crazy Rocky fan. You play that music. He would have lost his marbles.
It's just
up
the
here.
way it goes.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? I'm intrigued by Sooshi Mango because
Me
you're so
too.
massive.
Yeah.
And we're talking about what you used to do for jobs. You were sales and you ran a business. But how did you meet you guys?
Well, we met. You know what? It's a WOG thing. Can I say that without getting cancelled?
no.
Well, I think
I'm
you
allowed.
can.
You can. I'm not allowed to.
You're
I've been
not allowed.
told
No.
in here I can't do voices
So, like,
anymore.
In the new movie we're doing, you can't. You're gonna the movies for you to say it's just going to be boy forever.
Yeah.
That's
No, you can say Wog Boy forever because it's a title, but I can't say. Check out the Wogs. You know, people get really angry.
No.
Here we go, John.
Impersonations, were you?
Well, I was going to do a John Soe impersonation. I used to do it on the radio, but I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I was talking to. Anyway, it's changed these days, but you guys can do it because
We can because you're a wog. I'm a wog.
So did you meet at a wedding?
So
or?
we've known each other since we
At a wedding.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure those boys can do John Soe impersonations, though, can they?
No.
Any European act.
We sneak a couple in the show, but that's about it.
You can do it's Serbian, any of the kind of
any of
Europeans.
those ones, mate. No, we've been family friends, believe it or not. So my brother, obviously, my brother's my brother. I met him at the hospital.
Yeah.
And Andrew and I.
So how long now? About 35?
35 years.
Plus
From school?
From school?
The families used to go to a club, the Isleola Club, which is the oldest Italian club in Australia.
Where
I
is
believe
that?
it's 91 or 92 years old.
Where is it?
It's in Carlton,
Carlton.
Lygon Street, Carlton.
Lygon Street,
and they got
Carlton.
a really good price of the property because right across the road from the
That's
cemetery.
right.
Cheap.
Do not worry about that shoot. Rip that thing off. Don't worry about that microphone.
I'm a professional. I got it.
It's a my popper. So do you still go to that club occasionally?
My parents are members of the club. Yes, we go. I remember as a kid running around in the foyer, falling down the stairs and cracking my head open a couple of times. But now it's all about safety. Back in those days.
When you walk in, are you like a legend now, or you're like, what's he? Is he in show business? What's he doing now?
There you go. So you make a cash where you do this thing.
Can I have some ticket
You
to your
make some
shop?
money. My son don't want to come. Any free ticket for me?
Yes.
And I go, no, mate. There you go.
Boys.
And by the way, this is the guy that has 15 houses.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, Wog Boy 3.
Yeah.
Did Nick Giannopoulos see you guys blowing up on Instagram and come knocking?
So many years ago,
You did a live show with him,
we
didn't
did a
you?
live
We
show
did two.
with him. We did two, yeah.
2017 and 18 with
So
Nick.
the first call was an Instagram message from Nick, and it was like, let's have a coffee. So I was like, okay, let's go have a coffee. So
And
I
did
went
you
and had a coffee.
think, hang on a minute.
No,
I
I
could,
thought
I could
we
be
were
getting in trouble here
I thought we were
because
gonna do a
Nick's
video.
kind of got the market on impersonating Italian
yeah,
older
yeah,
men.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Well, he was
no,
one of the originals, wasn't he?
No,
course
you know
he
what?
was.
Him, George Capagnaris.
Capagnaris.
There was a company
Mary
called Broccoli
Custis.
Productions before them. There was Tibaldi
Oh,
Brothers.
yeah, the
There was-
Tibaldi
there was-
Brothers.
There was more before.
That was so good, and So he rang, he messaged, we went and sat down, and he said, now I've wanted to do this forever, while I can.
That's all right, Joey.
Did you dump it?
I think I dumped it.
Yeah.
Did you dump
I think I dumped it.
Oh, my
It doesn't really matter. It's a soft one, and it's what I almost needed.
So
Hey,
did you-
Jess Malboy dumped one ages ago.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
mate, you're in
Jesse
good
Malboy.
company.
Did you worked in this building as a sales guy?
I was in sales downstairs.
Yeah, right.
So Nick, he rang and we said, let's catch up. So we caught up, and I thought we were just going to do a video together. And he said, let's do a show.
Wow.
And that's how it all started. So we've been friends since then.
Yeah, great.
And
I
he's
would
been
argue that it started before that. I think why I love you guys so much is because I don't have a European background, but anybody who can do a fantastic impersonation of their family members is for me, it's the epitome of funning. I've always loved it. And I can do a great impersonation of my mum, who's not European.
Can you do it?
But when you... Hello, darling.
Do it now.
When you're the sort of person that gathers information and notices these things, like you clearly have from all of those late nights spent with the extended family... There is nothing that brings me more joy
That's funny.
than that. And you guys absolutely
Thank you.
nail it.
Thank you. I've been rehearsing for this all my life. I've been doing my dad for 40 years now, so
Not everybody can do it.
No,
not
what's
everybody. What do they think?
Yeah, what does
of
Dad
you?
think?
Yeah.
What does Dad think about you?
He really doesn't have the slightest. I play a character called Pino on stage, which is basically him in every single way. It even looks like him. And he's come to the show and he says, "Also, that's the guy." And I said, "That's you, Daddy." That's not me. Stop it. Don't be stupid. That's not me.
He's stupid, that guy. Yeah.
How is that about the wine business? You boys are doing wine. Do the dads change with a few beers? With a few reds under their belt?
You want to take this?
Well,
one?
look, let's just say no. Because there's no filter ever. Nothing changes. They end up maybe fighting a bit more, but that's about it.
Can you boys for example, give me Pino watching the Carlton result last week.
Did Carlton lost?
Lost.
Right?
By 1 point.
We should say
watch it.
1
We
point.
did watch it.
Lost by 1 point.
no swearing if you can.
Sorry.
Yeah, now we're out of it.
No, Pino's.
Would he not be in the AFL?
He's too gentle. I'll do him in Sam. Yeah. This is bloody Carlton. Get up and run, you. Oh, I can't. There you go. I was about to let one go. No.
You bastard.
You can say bastard.
I can't say 3 words without swearing in that guy.
You bastard.
Well, hey, everyone knows you and loves you. See the Sooshi Mango boys in their Off the Boat tour. It's this Saturday at Rod Laver Arena. Tickets at tegdainty.com.
There's not many. There's like 100.
No,
200
you guys
tickets
sell
left.
out like
Mate,
bang.
you filled up Rod Laver Arena. Shaq couldn't
Incredible.
fill Rod Laver. He had to do Margaret Court Arena next door.
Hey, thanks for coming in, boys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much,
for coming.
guys, for having us.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
One man, many questions.
I want to know, Brownie, how they make hundreds and thousands sprinkles. What's your go-to takeaway meal?
Brownie in a plane on takeoff and landing. Why are the lights dim?
Have all the answers.
I run on me face.
Ask Brownie.
Anything you want to know, he's going to know the answer. He just does. He's never been stumped.
Of course I do.
Of course he does. Tyler from Mornington. Hello, possum.
Hello, possums. How are we?
Good. What is your question for the Oracle? James, Jonathan Brown.
Spawn.
James Brown, I was going to call you.
James Brown.
I feel good.
Coming to me.
I get up.
Yeah.
I get up.
Yes.
Sorry.
Get up.
Good work, Tyler. Let's go, brother.
All right, mate. So the missus wants to go on a family holiday, first family holiday with the kids, and I'm pretty much want to buy a Ranger. So I'm on the way to the dealership now.
Oh,
Why would you take the kids on a family holiday?
a Ranger's a big car, isn't it? It's a new car.
Sorry.
Oh, the Ford
is a new
Ranger.
car.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What type of family holidays? Are we talking overseas or just around Australia? Or
The first family holiday just overseas, whether Fiji or Bali, whatever it may be.
My kids who were sick as dogs last time we went to Fiji. Tried that. But don't do it, brother. Yeah. Anyway, that's not the question. Should you buy a new car instead of the family holiday?
Yep.
Well, I would go for the new car, preferably a Hilux. However,
What are you currently driving, Tyler? How old is it? How desperately in need of...
Yeah, it's about 15 years old.
Mate,
absolutely, you need a new car. There'll be no regrets out of a new car. You get the warranty. You get after sales and all that sort of gibberish, whatever it's called, Swanee.
But you wouldn't know because he's never bought a car.
Absolutely, that's
but
a good point.
You do. And Toyota is excellent for that.
Fantastic. There'll be a lot of regrets out of the family holiday. It's going to become a nightmare. You've got to chase up passports. The passport office is behind.
Agreed.
There'll be issues overseas. Getting them through the airport. They could get sick. Then you don't know where to go. You're not sure whether your medical insurance covers
and
it
what would
all.
a solution be to have best of both worlds?
Use the
a
car.
road trip.
Queensland.
Bendigo.
Road should be magnificent. But the only problem is the wait list.
Use the car to go to Queensland and go to all the worlds. How old are the kids, Tyler?
6 and 9, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great answer. Drive up to
Sea
Movie
World.
World. The only problem is they might be tall enough.
Hey.
Go to the new car, Tyler.
Tyler, this is handy. We'll give you a family pass to Gumbaya World.
Yeah.
Dad goes free at Gumbaya World this Father's Day weekend, by the way.
Yes.
So just do that. Take the kids there and buy yourself a dang car, man.
My kids went to Gumbaya World and lost their minds.
It's
It was
really good.
Unbelievable.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Piper, what do you got?
Hi, Brownie.
Pipe. How are you, brother?
Good.
Or is it a female?
Piper's a girl.
Girl.
I've noticed
You're
that
boring.
Mum's
This is
Go on, Piper, go. What's your question?
Kill me now.
I've noticed that me mum's getting some grey hairs. Do they in your head or does your hair change colour?
Do they grow? Gee, Mum will be rapt to hear this on the radio.
Absolutely. Is Mum in the background?
Yeah.
Get rid of her, mate. Make sure that will's signed. Is your name in the will, Piper? Because I'll tell you what,
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do grey hairs grow or they normal hair just turn grey?
Oh, they grow.
They grow. They do.
They grow, absolutely. It's a
Great
sign
question.
of age, no doubt about it.
They do grow.
Great
get,
question.
Get onto the
But
prop
also
side.
hairs that used to be brown
Turn grey.
turn grey.
I've got
Absolutely.
grey in my hair.
But they still grow.
They still grow.
Yeah. They
Absolutely,
grow
they do,
great.
because I've got grey hair.
It's like the texter ink runs out in a texter.
The thing is...
In the follicle, yeah.
Very good, Swanee, because I shave my hair, Swanee, but the greys keep growing.
Yeah.
So more and more greys keep going. What would Braxy think about that?
I had a great head of hair, and then it went grey, so that's why I stepped down from the public. Terry used to love. That's what attracted her.
All right, thanks, Steve. Go to hell.
There's some great things in Ballarat and Bendigo.
Guys, in case you're wondering, Steve Brax was
former premier.
The former premier of this fair state about 4 billion years ago.
Jeff Kernett's here as well.
Jeff, get out.
Oh, is he?
Piper, a family pastor, Triceratops. Jeff, fate of the dinosaurs. Discover the world's most complete Triceratops fossil at Melbourne Museum, Piper. Yeah.
I just think it's so perfect that Dave O'Neill's best, most topical impersonation is
Steve Brax.
Steve
Yeah, great. The museum is great, Piper. You will love it.
Hey, on the hair thing too, people think I've been getting my hair dyed on TV, Swanee.
Yes.
You would never.
Because when I get a haircut and it gets shaved more on the sides, or short on the sides, it shows up my greys where it's darker on top.
But also
so I'm
you
not
are-
getting dyed.
No, and you are a very young man, and
Thank you,
that's
Christine.
how it goes. It goes at the temples first.
Absolutely.
Chestnut brown would look good on you, Jonathan.
Like a
Brown.
pony, much like the horse that he's got running.
Comes in a box
Horses.
from Coles.
Let's go to, finally, Ty in Clyde North. What's your question for Big John?
Hey, Brownie. I was having a look at the form guide yesterday, and I noticed that you've got 2 horses running tomorrow. And which one should I put my money on?
Good question, Ty.
Neither.
Ty, take that.
Save your money.
What? Oh, by the way,
There you
bit of a
go.
lad retired, and he's become an equestrian horse, Swanee. He's too slow to beat the other horses, so now he's really nice equestrian horse.
Nice.
That is a good update. I've never put any money on your horses, so I'm the only one that's ahead.
Well, give me some money now.
Correct.
No, I
Give me
will
some
not.
money, and I'll tell you what, I'll bring back triple on Monday morning. Because it's in the boat tomorrow.
In the boat?
I think race 6 in the boat at Caulfield. Caulfield resuming. He's a star. You just back him.
track.
What we're going to do, Ty, we're going to go multi. So you're going to back him to win. 1,000 metres, it's short. He'll go straight to the front. He'll, you just lead, win. He'll break the hearts.
No brainer.
He wins, collects. Into race 8, snap dance to the place. That's a multi. That'll get you about a $12 multi. Have $3 or $4 on that, and you'll be rich. You'll be able to shout your family dinner on the weekend.
Done. I'll do just that.
Ty, or you could just flush all that money down the toilet.
Ty, whatever you decide to do, please call us on Monday.
And let us know.
do.
Dave,
right.
you did the Ladbrokes ad, so what's the legal thing you have to say at the end of a stupid betting ad?
Gamble responsibly.
responsibly.
1-800-858-858. Leave before you lose it.
And the more you put on, the more you'll get back.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. What does it mean?
End of the week, look back, what it was, what it is, what we did, what we didn't. End of the week, you're getting out of bed with your alarm ringing at your head instead of getting ready for the weekend. Let's go through the week, little bit of Brownie, little bit of Chrissie, somewhere in between there's hang next, all free, cheap time till I break next Friday.
We put our hands up to the start of the weekend with the cheat sheet of the week.
Good morning. On Monday, we had Mystic Chrissie.
All right, now this might be an uncomfortable conversation, Emmy, but I'm just going to say it. You've called up, you've made yourself vulnerable.
Have you ever made love to a cactus? No?
Obviously, after the weekend of the Collingwood-Carlton game, Sam had a chat about it and gave us some motivational words.
If you're unaware, Collingwood is into the top 4 while Carlton has been bundled out of the finals. Good to point out, Carlton were in the 8 for every round except now. I would say this, there's a great quote. Don't let today's disappointment cast a shadow on tomorrow's dream.
Correct.
You know who said that? Army Hammer.
On the weekend, Sam told us about an interaction with a fan that went rather well.
This is one of the greatest signs of respect. A young man approached me in the Survive Like a King.
Yeah.
I said, I'm a big fan. I said, oh, thank you very much. No photo. He had bought me a potato cake and a dim sum.
It was a big weekend for Sam with football, potato cakes and charitable lunches, in which Brownie, Nathan Buckley and Sam attended this one.
Before we get set to our table, all of a sudden the auctioneer's on stage and we're getting auctioned off to sit at your table, Swan. Oh, what a start to the day.
Hang on a minute. As a trio or separate?
Separate.
Oh, God.
How much do you go for, Big John?
It was $1,000, wasn't it?
Oh, Nathan was next, of course, the former Brownlow medalist and he went for 2,000.
Oh!
Wow. Brownie's Brownie.
There was a big Collingwood crowd out there.
You're probably wondering why I'm playing the main song that came out of Pretty Woman starring Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. Well, because getting paid to have lunch with a bunch of ladies sounds quite boyfriend experience-y to me. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. On Tuesday, we were very excited about talking to Shaq, and we promoted it in the strangest way possible.
Be listening to us tomorrow if you want to hear what sort of chemistry Sam Pang and Jonathan Brown would have with Shaquille O'Neal. My daughter told me that his feet are like a size
23, 24? Got that in common.
Not just that either.
What do you guys mean? Can you elaborate?
I'm talking about the trouser cannon, that's not good.
Sam gave us news of the ex-Prime Minister, Scotty Morrison.
A little vox pop, by the way, from Scott Morrison's electorate of Cook to get the temperature of his constituents.
I'm very disappointed, actually.
It's pretty dodgy.
Well, I think it's dreadful.
Shouldn't happen.
No, not impressed.
So they're not happy. Also, by the way, those things all women have said to me after sex.
But Shannon Knoll was on the show, and I'll be honest with you, I love Knowlesy.
If my calculations are correct, next year is the 20th anniversary of you being in our lives.
Yes.
Because we were both, you were on Australian Idol and I was on Big Brother.
That's right, the same year,
I still think of you as, you know, the young farmer guy with a very small family. How old are your kids now?
Thank you, goodness you said family. That was good.
Why, but every time I hear that song Southern Sky by Shannon Knoll, released 5 years ago, I love it, but I always think if that was entered into Eurovision as our song, it would be wild. Knowlesy, Eurovision, we gotta do it. Now, of course, is the big thing that happened this week. We had a chat to Shaquille O'Neal, and Sam informed Shaquille about Brownie's football career.
Shaq, I don't know if you know this, but I'm Brownie, apart from being a very good-looking man. He's a Hall of Fame in Aussie rules. Do you know much about Aussie rules?
I know that those guys are tough. Really tough.
Thank you, Shaq.
And in order to play, from what I've seen, in order to play that game, you can't be soft. See, I look at all sports. I'm a fan of all sports. But being a tough guy myself, I know who's tough and I know who's not. Like the way most of the guys that are running are physical specimens, and the way they hit, the way they fight. So I don't know much about the game or how it's played, but from the clips I've seen where you run and you tackle people. So if he's a Hall of Famer, he's a tough son gun.
If he's a Hall of Famer, he's a tough son gun. But
sorry,
it's not really.
Thank you, Shaq. It's the funniest.
From the top.
So funny.
Shaq, I don't know if you know this, but I'm Brownie, apart from being a very good-looking man. He's a Hall of Fame in Aussie rules. Do you know much about Aussie rules?
I know that those guys are tough. Really tough.
Thank you, Shaq.
Brady's voice went lower and deeper than Shaq's.
Turned into Barry White. Sam then had this question for Shaq.
What about karaoke, Shaq? Have you ever...
No.
Never done karaoke?
No, because I can't go high. Like, my voice just stays here. Like, I want to go high.
But I can't go high either.
Like, I come from a land down under. Oh, what I say, I cannot say no more.
I've only ever heard it in tune, Shaq.
Now Peggy said that he was hiding around the corner and just whispered into the microphone.
He added that in this morning.
I was behind Brownie when that
For everyone who's it's not a parent or a teacher, it is Book Week. And Chrissie told us what one of her children are going as.
Peg is going as a crayon from the book The Day the Crayons Quit by Oliver Jeffers.
It's a fun costume.
It is a great costume.
What happens to him at
She's
the end?
pumped.
I might grab it later, just to spice things up a bit.
I'll bring it in. I'll bring it in tomorrow, but please give it back to me dry cleaned. It's for children.
All right, that took a bit of a turn now.
Sam opened the vault and played this classic segment.
What are you doing tonight?
This man first came to our attention on a little show called Backyard Blitz in 2002. He's appeared on shows such as Bert's Family Feud, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Hole in the Wall. Don't Google that on the computer. You know him as the host of The Block and Gold Logie winner Scott Cam. Good morning, Scotty. And what are you doing tonight?
Morning, gang. It's my eldest son's 26th birthday. We're going out for dinner as a whole family. It's going to be over.
Great. Hey, Scotty, you going to take them taxidermy dogs to the pub?
Yeah, of course.
Ricky Lee, what are you doing tonight?
Well, tonight when I get home, I'm going to be walking in the front door, getting nude as quickly as humanly possible, popping on my big fluffy robe, and then jumping on the couch for a nice long scroll on the gram.
Yes, Ricky Lee.
I have to make sure I put something up on the gram tonight then.
I've been meaning.
Yesterday, we had Nick Dacos on the show.
I was wondering, can you remember a single piece of advice that your father, the great Peter Dacos, has ever said to you?
Yeah, see, there's been a lot, but bit of a cliche, but he's never really put any pressure on me. He just told me to enjoy my footy and the rewards will come.
Your father's a very boring man.
Finally, during Home Viewer Quiz this morning, Brownie had a spectacular question for Harry.
Harry, I want your life story in 3 seconds.
Do you? I don't.
I do.
Well, I don't really have one.
Well, that's it from me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm out of here. Bye.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend. Over 100.